Stop lying to yourself. You think you're broke because of bad luck or a lack of intelligence? No, you're broke because you are treating an inanimate object with human emotion. You are treating money like it has a heart. The market doesn't care about your blood, your sweat, or your tears. It doesn't care that you spent 7 years getting a degree or that your parents are proud of your title. Value isn't determined by effort. It's determined by what someone else is willing to trade for that effort. If you're struggling to pay rent as a struggling artist, while the guy installing smart homes is making $50 an hour, you don't have a passion problem, you have an ego problem. You are clinging to an identity that is starving you. Be like water, be formless, drop the ego and flow toward the opportunity. Stop asking what you want to sell and start asking what the world is screaming for. Wealth is the reward for being selfless enough to solve other people's problems instead of obsessing over your own. And let's talk about that monster in your pocket. You're terrified to open your banking app, aren't you? You haven't checked your balance in weeks because the uncertainty feels safer than the truth. But that avoidance is a parasite. It's eating your mental bandwidth and doubling your stress in the dark. Open the app, peel off the Band-Aid and stare into the void. The moment you confront the numbers, the monster turns back into a math problem. You can't fight a ghost, you can solve a math problem. Look at the charges, dispute the junk, take your wallet back by force. But don't get it twisted. Stop trying to solve $10,000 problems with $10 solutions. You're sitting there stressing over a $6 latte or a Netflix subscription while you're bleeding $1,500 a month on a truck you don't need or a storage unit filled with junk you forgot existed. That's not financial discipline, that's mental laziness. It's easier to skip a coffee than it is to have a hard conversation with a landlord or sell a vehicle that makes you look cool. Stop using small sacrifices to distract yourself from the massive leaks in your ship. Tackle the big ticket items first. Move, sell the car, cut the dead weight. Listen, being smart is overrated. Some of the wealthiest people on this planet aren't geniuses. They just stopped trying to outsmart the system and started following the flow. If you feel stuck, it's because you're trying to swim upstream against a market that doesn't owe you anything. Stop consulting yourself. Stop asking, what am I good at? Or what do I want to do? That's a hobbyist's mindset. If you want to solve a money problem, you have to look outward. Be empathetic to the world's frustrations. What are people complaining about? What is broken? What is inconvenient? Become the person who fixes it. You don't need a PhD to be a problem solver. You just need to be observant and willing to contort yourself into the shape of the solution. Equip yourself with the skills the market is screaming for, not the ones that make you feel sophisticated. The paradox of wealth is that it requires you to be selfless, to be selfish. You serve others' needs so you can secure your own freedom. It's about being findable by the buyer. If you're a psychologist struggling for clients, but there's a massive demand for home automation or specialized trade work, go where the money is moving. You can't force the river to change direction, but you can build a boat and sail with the current. Don't wait for a eureka moment or a billion-dollar idea. Most wealth is built on boring, reliable solutions to common problems. Buy in bulk, cut the massive expenses that offer zero value, and focus your intensity on the high-ticket items. Stop overthinking and start over-delivering. When you stop obsessing over your identity and start obsessing over your utility, the money won't just trickle in, it will flood. Stop being smart and start being useful. That is the ultimate unlock. Discipline is the bridge between the life you have and the life you want. You have to choose between the comfort of your excuses and the freedom of your future. You can't have both. Open that app, find your biggest leak, and plug it today. Unlock your mind or stay locked in the cycle. The choice is yours.